Crabs. Please make sure to get the book at Amazon or BarnesandNoble.com. The link to it is in the description box below as usual. Morning sun, so you already know. So let's get into this. For the Cancer Crabs, okay? If you'd like to contact me for personal reading, my email address as well as the prices are also in the description box below, okay? As well as my other services, right? I really should start saying that because I have a plethora of services that, you know, can be applied pretty much to almost anyone, right? So, okay, so let's get into it. So you have the Fool, Two of Swords. I'm using the Game of Thrones Tarot. The Strength, Seven of Swords, Ten of Cups, right? Two of Pentacles, Queen of Swords, the Judgment, right? The Wheel of Fortune, interesting. And then you have the Three of Pentacles. So what I'm seeing here is this is a situation for you where a lot of you Cancer Crabs, well, the Wheel of Fortune represents Cancer, okay, Cancer Crabs. That's very interesting. The Fool, you seem to have some sort of an affinity for somebody, right? You're trying to help somebody out. You're trying to do someone a favor. You're on someone's side, right? Two of Swords, you seem to be quite to yourself about it, though. Not necessarily telling anyone, letting anyone know, not even the person, right? The Strength represents this person, okay? This person is pretty much, you see this person as strong. This person isn't necessarily showing you any kind of interest back. This person is not giving up any kind of disposition at all, of any kind of indication that they are interested. The Seven of Swords and the Ten of Cups is about why. And the reason why is because this person may be done with love. That's interesting. The Seven of Swords is about how, like, this person's life, they had to deal with a lot of, like, supposed love relationships, people who say that they love them and stuff like this, but what very malicious to them. So it ends up turning out to be a battlefield and not love, right? It turns out to be, you know, this person, you know, these people the person that represents the Strength to you, right? This person tries to show somebody that they love them and that they are really attracted to them and that they actually consider them. They find them as a kin to them. And then, like, how the Seven of Swords represents how this person, the other person, takes that for granted, and they start going off into some other realm. They start doing some other stuff. But then you have the Ten of Cups, right? And the Ten of Cups represents how this is a situation for you where the Ten of Cups is about, like, how this person is just kind of, again, they kind of saw love and they're like, what's the point of me? This is what they're saying. They're like, what's the point of me being in a relationship if every time I get into one, these people can't lower their swords. They're fighting against me, but what, you know what I'm saying? What's the point? And then you have the Two of Pentacles and the Queen of Swords. So this may mean that you, Cancer Crabs, may have to speak to them in their language, meaning what they understand, right? Which is war, or trying to be like their friend or something like this before you go in, and before you actually, you know what I'm saying, before you go in and ask them these type of questions on whether or not they're interested in you. But the Wheel of Fortune and the Three of Pentacles represents, you know, you may want to end up asking them those questions, because you may end up getting a favorable reply. You know, I know, you know, personally, I know many Cancers, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, they're all right. You know what I'm saying? They're nice. They're, you know, not nice, but, you know, because nice means dumb, but they're all right. You know, they're all right. You know, they're lovely. They good. So it's like, you know, you should, like I said, you should ask them those questions, you know. Now let's clarify the judgment. So you have the Tower, Chariot, Five of Swords to clarify the judgment, right? So you may see this as a relationship that's not meant to be pursued, or it can represent how, you know, this person is a lot of work to deal with, right? And then you have the Chariot. So this is more so about you're not used to having to be the one, some of y'all, to go up to somebody else and actually spark up a conversation. Even though you should, though, you know, if you ask me, everybody should really, it should be mandatory. Everybody needs to learn how to be sociable. Everybody, you know what I'm saying? Myself included, you know, everybody should learn how to interpret what people are really saying, what people are not saying, without assuming, if that makes sense. Meaning without taking everything as such an insult all the time. Everybody should understand how to interpret things and the root cause of why people are saying and doing the things that they're saying and doing. Because nobody is really doing something that they perceive is wrong. Even the people who do bad, and this is why I say that karma doesn't exist. Even the people who do bad, their perceptions are twisted to where they think of themselves as doing good. It's just that their perception, like I said, is twisted. This is what the Chariot represents. The Chariot, which is also Cancer, right? The Cancer, sometimes y'all can represent, this is why y'all are represented by the Chariot. You Cancers, you have a situation where, right, something that is called the Cancerverse, which is where it is that you get like the Twilight zone, right? Which is where a lot of the people in the world right now happen to be in, where you have the Cancerverse, where it's like people who are perceiving things completely incorrectly because they're too sensitive because of some things that went on with them, trauma, and they don't know how to actually admit, like, yeah, I'm traumatized and I need to deal with certain things. So everything that is perceived by them is automatically negative, right? If a person is saying, you know, I want to help people, it's like, oh, well, why do you want to help people? You're trying to help people so that you can go ahead and put a microchip in them, like, you know, like these big tech companies, because you want to, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, what? It's like, your stuff be going all overboard, you know what I mean? So that's where they are. So just take that into consideration. Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe. Peace.